anything to do with that. There's some glitch in Merce Hall that does that sometimes. I really don't know why.
I'm back in there again.
Is this back to mine? Go to a different browser. What browser are you using?
Can I just hit in there and start calling them?
You can, but that would be
I'm kidding.
unethical and mean. No, I is not mean. It'd be a lot more devious than you are, a lot less conscientious than you are. You are much more conscientious than that. Okay. But what I'm saying is, what browser are you?
Well, I'm in Microsoft Internet.
So Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
Okay, Internet Explorer is no good.
Don't even talk to me about it.
No good, no good, no good. It's the devil. So go in and use Chrome or Firefox, something like that. Although if you're trying to get all the leads in the company, Internet Explorer might be the way to go. I don't know.
That's funny.
Looks like we've got a major issue here once again, but somehow it cleared itself up last time. I don't know what it did. Oh, I know what it did. I rebooted it. Hi, everybody on the camera. I'm Lisa. I'm here. Y'all are used to me, so this is what's going on.
So we're live?
Yeah, it's already on. But everybody's pretty used to what's going on now. I hope. For those that are new, we just wing it in here the best that we can. Darn it! Is that, maybe that's not even... I really need to get more proficient at PC.
Okay, well, you're really proficient on so. Good morning.
This would be the camera button, right? Why is it not good? Ah, there it is.
Should I put this blank and let
Y'all, I'm going to start a comment box right there. But all the comments that y'all are allowed to leave are that you want a Mac computer, for instance. You can't put any other comments in there. And they'll be inundated and they'll say, oh my gosh, everybody wants something. You just have to do it. What?
Can we ask for more computers for the virtual area?
Oh, well, I'm trying. Shoot. You have no idea. Mom, but see what happened was, Mom got one first. So she's seeing, because so many people say that there's so many problems with making the Mac work with programs that are Windows specific or supposed to be Windows specific. But anymore, it's just not the case, and you can get around it. And so, if she feels like she's comfortable with it, then we're going to put them in this. We'll start with one in each virtual area and see how people take to that, and then we'll go forward. But they are more expensive, but in the long run, they're less expensive because they last longer and they work better. Now, I know you have had problems.
No.
Well,
You're talking about a Mac, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why?
No, I've got I use my iPad.
That's right.
I've got internet.
I've got Macs at home. The only problem we have is RedX. RedX is not Mac friendly right now.
RedX?
Right, but
No, it has to
in 6
be.
months they're going to be Mac.
You know how I know it is? Oh, I mean, well, I don't know everything. But I do know RedX or Reddit.
RedX.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
RedX is the lead generation program that.
Oh, I don't use that.
Well, they were talking the other day about the Apple versus the other one.
Yeah,
Talking about the new iPhone that's getting ready to come out.
Oh my gosh, that thing
and how
is.
it's going to tie and revolutionize how the two of them work together.
Well, it already, if you could get it hooked up correctly, I know Donna's had a hard time with that, and that I don't think it's really, well, I think that's an anomaly. But she also has some extenuating factors in there, too.
It was really just the
support people that I spoke with.
Well, but see, usually the support people with Apple are fantastic, but the problem is you had a problem with Gmail, which is not Apple. Don't get them
I
confused.
have to do that now.
So you got it all straight?
I think, yeah.
Oh, it's
I'll show
wonderful.
Just go to the Genius Bar, you go down to King Street, the boys
Right.
walk in, you go, hi, Mrs. Day, you're back again.
They're awesome. And I always go, when I go to the Genius Bar, I always schedule 2 and 3 times in a row. They'll let you schedule 3. So instead of scheduling 15 minutes, I schedule 45. Yes, that's what I do. But if you're going to go down there and talk to them about Gmail problems with your Mac, you have to remember that Gmail is not Mac. Mac is not Google. Google is separate. But as far as Internet Explorer goes, you can use PC, but you can still use Chrome or Firefox instead of Internet Explorer.
I've done it before, but I've had some troubles with Chrome with certain things with internet, so.
Well, Firefox really might be the best bet with the PC. Chrome may not work at, I don't know, whatever you want to do. It's all good. Okay, now let's see what this is saying now. This is saying something that doesn't look good. Big X's and charts and...
If you open that in Chrome, you're not gonna get that.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if you open it in Chrome and you get all, if you're still getting all my stuff and you want to look at just yours, until Marshall, let me write that down. Marshall's got you. And it doesn't always happen. Randy,
That's never happened before to me, and I've been in the
but, okay, yeah. We have another 2 people that just every once in a while, on Internet Explorer only, it will do that. It will give you full admin access rather than just yours, and so it's mixed in. Sorry. If I don't write it down, I'll forget to tell them about it. Okay. Yay, okay, I think we have a computer. I have a very, I think pretty specific thing that I want to talk to you all about today. Instead of just rambling, and then you can ask me whatever. But there's the home page. That's agentowned.com. Remember when we're talking about the lead list, the lead list is leads that are generated from the company website, which is agentowned.com, separate from any website that you may have personally. This is just the website that I work on for the company and that the company generates, and it's supported, sponsored by mortgage and insurance sister companies. So it's very important that you get, or try your best to get the mortgage and insurance people an introduction to those companies, whether they use them or not. You can't. Obviously, you don't have, you don't have control over that. They will look to you for advice, and you should be knowledgeable in those areas. But you certainly can't tell them what mortgage company to use. They can choose what mortgage company they want to use. I would hope that you know enough about our insurance companies and our mortgage companies to know that it really is in their best interest to use them. And I don't say that lightly. I really take what I say pretty seriously. So it's not just propaganda. The reason for that is a couple different things. One, Prosperity Mortgage, they can shop any loan anywhere basically. There's a few loans they can't do, but not really a lot. And there's a few loans that are really, really good that they can do and other people can't. If you don't get response from your loan officer that's in your office, or you have a conflict with them somehow and don't want to work with them, talk to Dan, talk to me. Dan is the mortgage manager. Email me, I'll give you his phone number. Your loan officer should be, or a loan officer should be available weekends, nights, anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's just the way it is. And they will tell you if they can't do it. Like Rex, for example, downstairs is fantastic at just saying she'll get one every once in a while to say, I can't do this, but I know who can. And she'll take you there. So there really is no reason that it is in their best interest. With insurance, the way that we have Allstate now, and the insurance brokerage, they can quote any insurance out there, basically, except for State Farm. State Farm is the only rate that they can't quote, basically. And State Farm is coming in way, way, way higher than what Allstate's coming in. And not only Allstate, but all the other brokerages that we have through Alliance. I can never remember. Alliance. Thank you, Susie. You always keep me straight. I need to have that written somewhere right there. As soon as I did the logo, I think I remember. But anyway, okay. So that's my little preach this morning. If y'all would sign and put your office and your Twitter name and your name down, that would be great. I will say that earlier this week, they're not here, I don't think. Okay, they're not. But someone got a buyer lead, and the buyer said, we really want to look at this house right away. We've been pre-qualified. We want, we think we want it. Can we go this afternoon? So she emailed up, said, great, yeah, we're going this afternoon. And I said, I emailed back, I said, oh, that's awesome. I said, now, you're going to get, and I won't say the loan officer's name, but Prosperity Mortgage loan officer involved, and she said, well, let me find them a house first, and then I'll have them talk to so-and-so. That's not the answer I want to, or they want to hear. I mean, it's just not. Now, if there's some extenuating circumstance where you're really going to ostracize yourself from these people or push them away by asking them to do it, or, I'm not asking you to be pushy, but generally people are looking to you for advice, and this isn't a bunch of bull. I mean, it really is good advice. And it doesn't hurt that you own the companies too, or have a vested interest in it as a larger group. Does everybody understand that part of it too? Okay. Yeah, maybe so.
So did they buy the house?
You know what? I haven't heard back from her. So that was maybe it was yesterday, the day before. And she probably would, I don't know if she would have emailed me and told me she would, especially when I asked her about the loan officer. Because sometimes some people don't like it when I ask that question, because then I think they really don't, well, they may or may not be planning on doing that, but that isn't their highest priority. Their highest priority is to get the house sold. Well, of course, and I want that to be your highest priority too. But the only reason that you're getting that opportunity is because of Prosperity and the insurance company. So I don't ask you to put them in the front seat, but they're your partners. They got to be right there. It'd be like somebody saying, I want to look at this house, and you say, oh, well, I know a great person over at Keller Williams that can show it to you. So go and look at it with them. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
It's just another way to give an option to a client. Maybe they might have a better deal with Rex anyway.
Right. Well, now, if you're going to do, I know CTAR teaches the three, get three out. Right. CTAR teaches that. CTAR meaning our local MLS board. And I imagine that's probably pretty standard across the land. There are differing opinions on that. I don't have a problem with that. But if you do that, see, it really does, in a way, it all depends on the person that you're working with. Because a lot of people, they just want to know, what do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? What's going to be the best thing for me to do? Just tell me what to do. Then there's other people that really want to feel like they've shopped around. They know what everything is, and that's fine too. If they're going to do that, that's great. Try to get Prosperity to be the last one, because almost guaranteed the last mortgage person that talks to the people is the mortgage person that's going to get the deal. Because what they do is they get the good faith or whatever from everybody else, and then they just, cut it by whatever, 100, 200, 300 bucks and take it. Or make it so that the interest rate looks different even though it isn't. I don't know if y'all know how they can manipulate interest rates through the spread, basically. I don't know if you know anything about that. I don't have to teach you about it, but if one the interest rate on mortgages is what it is. If somebody's quoting 1% lower than somebody else, they're making that 1% up in another place. They're just not showing it as well as they could. All right, I'll quit going on about that. But Prosperity can get you almost any loan. And they've got those rehab loans now too, which are really cool. And that 15-15 thing, which is great. So what I wanted to talk to you today besides that is, so you all know the answer to what she said was they had to find a house first and then talk to Roxanne. That's not the way you want to do it. Roxanne should talk to them. And, because you don't know who they have qualifying, I mean, it could be just, or they could not even be qualified, You don't know what the deal is.
Well, it's a safety issue too.
Yeah.
You know who these people are.
Right.
2 realtors already killed in the last few months.
Oh my gosh. Here around town?
In North Carolina.
Oh, well, I know it's happened in Charleston a few times, but not in the last couple of months.
In the last 3 months, they've had 2 realtors killed in North Carolina. When I was practicing in Indianapolis, we had someone killed.
Yeah, we've had at least 3 in Charleston. But it's not been in the last couple of months, so I usually say the last 5 years.
I have a question about that too.
Okay.
The question I knew this as
Yeah.
it was a renter, and they wanted to see places in Somerville, Florida District, way far away from me. Anyway, one of the questions is there a way we can get just leads in our area, or is it not work like that?
That's a great question.
I do want to know that answer. But so it was 7:30. They only got 7:30 at night, and it was in a neighborhood that I wouldn't want to be in after dark. So I took somebody with me. Hang on. But it was just so sketchy, and it was. Anyway, to make a long story short, they didn't even have jobs. I mean, so I spent,
Well, there's a lot of Well, the only thing.
I have a script for that.
The only thing that you can chalk that up to is, a learning experience, and maybe you learned something about the area. I don't know where you went. It may not be an area that you ever want to go to again, but at least you learned that much. I learned I don't want to go here.
It was like crazy.
Yeah, but it sounds like they were just wasting your time, and they weren't malicious. But there are people out there that unfortunately, there are serial killers that kill real estate people. It's just really weird.
Like Susan said, she used script and Anson helped me because, we get so many rentals.
Yeah.
And I went to her early on and I said, I want to know how to qualify a rental. And so that's what I'm doing.
That's great.
That's what I do now. And I'm not going to work
You know
with
what?
them
And if
they don't qualify.
if I get that script and y'all don't mind sharing it, I will show you in a minute where I'm putting some resources, and I can put it on here too. But that is a great idea to see. Get them to tell you they don't have jobs before you even go out.
I asked them for their credit score.
But you have to be very careful. Wait a minute though about the credit score. You've got now. It gets to be a very fine line, because if you ask the wrong question, if it's verbal, well, it doesn't really matter whether it's verbal or not. But especially if it's in a text or something like that, you can get sued. And there are people that make their living off of asking questions, intentionally trying to get you to say the wrong thing so that we pay them off. I mean, we do it almost once a month.
So some places won't.
I don't know.
Well, they wouldn't know their credit score. Well, I mean, I don't know.
If you're looking, then
Well, the credit score thing that worries me just a little bit, just because you don't want. I mean, it probably is fine, but
some of these places will not take.
But that doesn't mean
if you give them a range, can give them a range.
Yeah,
But
okay.
that's just fine.
And that protects you. And generally what I say is, you know, I need to ask you some questions.
Right.
The reason I need to do this is because there are so many rental management companies in our area, and they all work
Have different
differently.
criteria.
And they all work differently, so, you know, let's just go ahead and get, you know, let me see if I can get these
Absolutely.
questions answered now, if you feel comfortable with that, and then we'll just move on. They usually tell you everything,
Oh, yeah.
everything and more.
Well, if they're serious.
Yeah, if
Because
they're
what
serious.
happens is that they don't want to waste their own time if they know that they can't rent it. They'd rather know. Unless they're not serious and they just want to go around killing time.
I
Which
had a
brings.
situation like that this morning. I was supposed to, was on the phone last night at 10 o'clock with a renter.
Uh-huh.
She wanted to look at a house up in Somerville. And I said, I will call you first thing in the morning, let you know exactly what time we can get in there.
Yeah.
Well, I set the appointment up for 9:30. I haven't been able to find her.
Well, don't worry about it. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that.
I can't say
Sometimes
anything.
rentals
No,
are
no.
very good. It is always good karma, or whatever you'd like to call it, to really help people that need help.
Yeah.
Always. You cannot ever lose by helping people that need help, because
I
it
mean,
will
that's-
always turn into something good.
$900 in rental money this month.
Well, that's fantastic.
You know?
And that's not even with you getting your own rentals that just, just keep paying you what I call mailbox money.
Yeah.
You just keep getting it regardless of what you do. You do nothing.
I have a statement, I always say, Lisa, I always just say in the conversation, if I get a chance, I always just say, it's getting almost as hard to get a rental as it is to buy a house. And I said, I just want to make sure we can qualify. And
Well-
I say that, and I send them the recs and say,
Oh,
I
that's
say, you know what?
that's
And
even
then I
better.
say, well, you know what? I said, would you like to buy a house or you need to rent? Some people can buy a house, they don't need to rent. So
A
I
lot
said,
of
let's
them
go
don't
rent
know
and
that
see
they
if you
can.
buy
A
first.
lot of them don't know that they can. And I've shown y'all that at one point. First of all, on agentm.com, on any page, if you look about halfway down the right side, don't forget about the open door tours thing, which is basically, if you get somebody that's jerking you around and you don't, you can charge them. If you use this, tell them to go to Open Doors Tours. They can pay you to take them out and show them rental or houses for sale, either one. And it takes your credit card online. You get paid when you're done with it. It's better than you taking them out and them renting from an apartment, 10 minutes after you leave them or something. At least you get paid something. So. But if you can utilize that, so that's there. What was I gonna say? Oh, and then actually I have it right here. Buying versus renting. I don't know if y'all were in here, but this is I think, a great resource. If you go to, you can read through all this, blah, 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 blah. But what is really good is this buying versus renting calculator, which I think is awesome. I've shown it to you before. I won't bore you with it again. But if somebody doesn't know if they can buy or if they can rent, you can show them how much less expensive it would be to buy than it would be to rent right now. So, and you can change the down payment, the interest rate, the price range of the house, yada, yada, yada. That's on Adrian also. What I was going, and let me answer your question, Angie, about, because I get asked this, I know some of y'all know the answer, but I will answer it anyway. You were asking if you could redefine your criteria or narrow down your criteria. Since the system is set up to automatically disperse the leads, and when I say the system, I mean the Mersol platform that runs agentm.com, the thing that you see in the admin panel, it does not distinguish and cannot distinguish whether somebody's looking in Goose Creek or Daniel Islands or West Ashley, and it cannot distinguish whether they're looking at buyers or renters. I guess it could, but not really accurately, because people will jump from looking at buying houses to rent houses, stuff like that. So when you on the auto lead list, you have to just agree to take everything that comes your way and do the best you can with it. Now, that being said, if there are, if you get a request for a rental house in Goose Creek and you don't usually handle Goose Creek, then you can go, and we have a spreadsheet, I'll show you in a second, but you can look at it, you can trade off with somebody, and once you've traded off with them, let me know, I'll switch it in the system and you don't have to deal with it. But if some renter wants to go at 7 o'clock at night, you're well within your rights to say, no. Just, I mean, not, you know, you don't have to be, however you want to put it, but that is just not only is it not right to you, but also, if there's somebody living in the house, you can't possibly do that. They don't let you do that. Another thing about safety is that someone should always know where you're going, even if it's, I don't care if it's a buyer or a renter, or seller, if you've known them, you're not knowing. Someone at the front desk should always know where you're going. If you're going out with somebody, it's always better to meet them at the office and get a copy of their driver's license before you leave, and leave the driver's license at the front desk, just to, you know, have some more sense of security. And that's just basic rules. Unfortunately, there's bad people out there. I don't know that real estate people are any more exposed to bad people than anybody else, but unfortunately, there's just a lot of bad people. So, what I want to talk to you today about is, I work on the lead list information on the website. Everybody here should know how to log in to the system now. If you don't, I will go over it with you after class again, but you just go to Agents, log in, and then you put your username, password in, and then you will see the back end of the website, which is your leads. But I wanted to show you today, I've been working on lead list information, and that's up in the orange bar at the top. This is a whole bunch of just, I don't know what. Probably it may have some typos in it, and it may not, I need to reread it. I did it kind of quickly. Sort of an intro. So, at the bottom of that are these buttons. This is the form that you need to fill out if you want to be put on the automatic lead list. Here are the rules for staying on the lead list. Here's the exchanging leads, which is the spreadsheet I was talking to you about. Oh, that's a spreadsheet. Maybe this is the explaining how you exchange them. Not only does the spreadsheet show you who you can exchange leads with, but it also is a way for you to check and make sure that you haven't been bumped off the list and you didn't know it. Because when I go and check them, I just do it. I try to email people if I can, but sometimes my days are just too much. So again, I'm leaving it up to y'all to look at it. And then I've got this thing now called supporting documents, which I'm just putting a lot of the things that we've talked about in here and that I've handed out in here in there, so you have them. So I think everybody in here has already filled out the form, so we're not going to go over that. The rules, you know the rules. The rules are that you have to put each lead in a group that's not default. Anything but default within 48 hours of getting it. Okay? And if it is multiple, if you've got 17 entries, I guess you could call it, from one lead, because they keep asking to look at other houses, and so you end up with like 10 or 17. I need you to put each one of those in a group. Now that sounds like a huge hassle, but it isn't that bad, because I guess I could show you in a second. I'll show you, but there's a checkbox by each one. You just check it, and then you can bulk put them in the group. Okay? Remind me, and I'll show you how to do that.
It's kind of like on the MLS, you can click one and get a whole list.
Exactly. So, and the reason for that is, well, Mercel tells me any day now that they're going to combine all of that, so we won't have that problem. But until then, the reason for that is when I go and I check this, I just look down the list, and if I see the word default, then I just pick you out. So even if it was a duplicate and you had put it in a group, you know, of one of the other ones of the same person, I should take a moment and realize that, but I can't promise you that I will do that. I'm just speaking in real terms. I try the best I can, but that's the deal. I'll show you what I'm talking about in 1 second. So, that's the one rule, and the other rule is no negative emails. Oh, and prosperity insurance. Just keep them in mind, and they're your partners. But no negative emails. I don't want to hear it. I mean, y'all know what I mean. Okay, so if you want to exchange leads with somebody, this just explains that you can exchange them, what to do, where to go, Google Drive spreadsheet, which shows you who's on the lead list and who does what area so that you can look and see. But I'm going to go back. I will have these buttons on the bottom of each of these pages. But this is the spreadsheet that you would have been taken to in that exchanging thing. People in the gold are the ones that are in the automatic thing now. People in the blue are the ones that I just took out. I don't know what happened. Rebecca, you must have been out of town or something.
Maybe.
Are they all fixed now?
I think so. I might have multiples.
Or maybe that could be what it is.
I think I have multiples and I only did one or something, but I just.
And I hate to do that to you because I know you work so hard. So, I mean, that's just like the last time I looked through it, so it hasn't been long.
It's just, no, I just got a ratified contract yesterday, actually.
Yes.
Mhm.
Awesome. Is that your first one?
My second
Second.
one.
Oh.
And I'm off the lead list.
Well, that's one thing that happens with real estate is you start getting stuff going, and it's really hard to maintain your other stuff that you got to keep your pipeline going.
Yeah.
But I think we've had a really good success. I mean, I know numerous people that have sold houses. So then, and that's another topic I want to talk about briefly. But all right, so the people in blue are the ones that the last time I looked, those are the ones that I moved off the gold. And then in the pink or red or whatever, the ones that have been off for a little while, because they just haven't done anything. So they need to catch up if they're still interested in doing it. Oh, wait a minute. Now, why are you, oh, Greg, but you are up there, Susan. And that's a different reason. So, yeah, you're right there. Now, I did not put your Twitter because, and I know y'all don't care about Twitter, but it's like my fascination right now, so whatever. I'll get over it soon enough, maybe. But I know it was Susan Day 08, but then I thought you did another one that was...
I'm doing Charleston by day.
All right, well, just email me, and then I need to put your phone number in there, too. But you can also, if you're looking to exchange, see, I only have you done for Mount Pleasant. Maybe you didn't fill out that form. You can either tell me if you want other areas or not. You probably want Daniel Island, Lewis Ferry, Alpine.
I filled out that form with all those checks.
Well, now, okay, there was another form, and I've redone it. So don't get aggravated with me, please. You can please not. My brother told me at the managers meeting the way I was doing this would drive him absolutely insane.
Woohoo!
Because he's I'm detail oriented also, but he's less flexible than I am. So.
Are you going to send out another blank form so we can update it?
Well, you don't have to do that because anytime you want, if you want to update it, you can just do it again. And the way you do it again is by going to the form and just fill it out again. And then you can change the things. Okay?
The people that are getting the leads, is that from every regional office?
Oh, well, only for the Charleston MLS. That's not for the other MLSs. But that's all it's doing in Charleston. And actually, what meeting were we in yesterday or Tuesday, I guess it was, with Tim Rogers, some of y'all were here.
Yeah.
And my dad was talking about the lead list, and you know, I was saying, you know, just keep it like it is. We don't need, you know, it's all good. I mean, I want everybody to take advantage of it that wants to take advantage of it, but I'm not dragging anybody kicking or screaming to this. So, and also I don't want them diluted, you know, with a whole bunch of people. So, if other people aren't interested in pursuing it, then that's fine. Yes.
I just did, I got all mine by default, I downloaded Firefox, I'm on the right path.
Look how much progress you made. Email me and tell me to check your thing again. So I'll reswitch it. But you can always change it, your areas, and that's not going to reflect immediately. It comes to me, it emails to me, and then I have to go and look, and then I have to go in here.
I know something's not
and
good.
put it on the spreadsheet, or wherever it may be. Now, the spreadsheet is not, you should not, I don't know that it's actually working this way. The way I set it up, and I'm hoping that it works, is that the public cannot see that spreadsheet. Only people that have been added to the spreadsheet through the share part of it can. And because I'm on it and y'all are all on it, then I haven't really been able to confirm whether that's accurate or not. So, I guess it wouldn't really do any harm if they did. I can't imagine. Well, some people might dig around that far. Okay, so if you ever want to see who you can trade off with, like a rental in Goose Creek or a rental in Mount Pleasant, if you don't do Mount Pleasant, then you can go on here and try to make a deal with somebody. Also, you can use this sheet to make sure that you're active on the lead list. And that is, oh, and I wanted to show y'all what I put down here as far as the supporting documentation. I couldn't think of any less formal thing to call it. So, these are just different handouts that I've handed out in here from time to time that people ask me for a good bit, and I'm now starting to try to put them all on this page. So, if you want to go and see the suggested tags or the instructions for the MLS auto email listings to the prospect, social media plan, you can read it. I don't have to read it. You get the drift. And I'll keep adding to it, so that's like the little library of things. One other thing that I do want to say about the suggested tags. We had, they all will open in a separate page so that you can print it out as a PDF if you like. But the only thing that you have to do to stay on the list is to change that group. And we had talked a lot about tags before. And I said, don't worry about the tags right now, let's just get the group. And then at the managers meeting on Tuesday, they were saying that they really, really wanted, if y'all would, it wouldn't kick you off the list. But if you could, add these tags, most importantly, clothes. What are sold? That's what they want to know. Sold. Because they are considering, I shouldn't say that, I hate that. They're considering weighing the amount of leads you get with the conversion rate. And I don't think that's a horrible idea. Now, I know y'all will say, well, I get from you leads, blah, 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 blah. The thing about it is random, and statistically over a period of time, that would even out. So statistically, you really can't argue with that. And this is not going to happen in the next month or 2 months, because nobody's even been tagging them. I know you tagged them all. Then we erased them all. I know, you.
Oh, I believe it.
No, you tagged them all. You did all this tagging, and then Marisol went in there, a lot of y'all did. Marisol went in there and I asked them to erase the tags. Well, all they did was erase the tags that were on the lead. They didn't erase the actual tags. And now I'm just going to leave the tags, the old ones, just how they are. If you will use these tags, that would be much better. If you don't use it and they go and they try to look, and I want to say they, I mean the office managers, and they try to look for the closed leads or sold leads, and you don't have it under sold, then it's not going to show up there.
What if it's a renter, just the clothes?
It says, read this and that page.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, that is on your supporting documentation page.
Yeah, we printed that out a couple weeks ago.
Right, but see, I've handed these things out over time. So now, every time, and this is under, if you go to your lead list information section, which is up here in the orange, you will be able to get to all these pages from this main first page. By going down here.
And Lisa, that's after we're signed in under the admin. Is that right?
Actually,
Oh,
I'm
is that open to the
not even
public?
signed in now.
So the public can see on it?
Well,
You don't know?
they can definitely see these. The only thing I don't think, well, I have set it up, or at least I think I have set it up, so that Google will not allow you to see that spreadsheet unless you are on the share list of that spreadsheet. Now, just because I'm not logged into Agent Own doesn't mean that I'm not logged into Google. So Google would still show me that spreadsheet, even though I'm not logged into Agent Own. Does that make sense? Sort of? I'm pulling that spreadsheet that says whether you're on the list or off the list from, I'm using a Google spreadsheet to do that, from Google Drive.
Okay, I got you.
So that is something that's outside of Agent Owned. And Google Drive with the spreadsheet stocks and stuff, you have all sorts of different permission levels of visibility. And so the visibility that I have selected for that is that anyone that's on the shared list of that spreadsheet, which would be anybody that's filled out the form, anybody that's in this, the lead list, whether they're on the list currently or not, anybody that's named with All Night Group is in the share of that document. So you should be able to see it if you're logged into Google at the same time. But I'm not sure that it works that way. The public may be able to see that also. And if they do, I'm not sure that that is harmful. And it would take them an awful lot of digging around to, I mean, they'd have to really be trying to go there. Now, I can put all of this behind a firewall, meaning you have to log into Agent Owned before you can see any of this with your accounts. The reason that I don't want to do that is that even though this stuff has not a lot to do with homes for sale, it really doesn't. It doesn't have a lot to do with homes for sale other than y'all are the ones that have taken the lead. There is text and fresh text in there that Google indexes, and Google sees that we're talking about real estate, sees that we're talking about homes, sees that we're talking about mortgages, insurance, all that kind of stuff, so it raises our SEO up. And that's why I prefer to not keep it behind the firewall. Other reason is that I would like for people in other companies to see all of this. They can use all of it. I'm happy for them to use it. Because when they see all of this, that they would realize that that's not the way that their deal works. And we're just an open book. And I always think that's better.
So you're saying, because I looked at all mine when I went and redid them, I had lots of notes and tags on all mine, everything.
But now the notes should not be gone.
The notes are gone too.
Well, that's another thing.
And that's probably why you took me off the lead list.
No. The notes have no. I had originally said I was going to do it by notes, but I changed my mind.
Because I emailed back and forth with you a bit and put it in here for you.
But the notes should not be gone. The MRSAL was only supposed to.
The notes.
Well,
that I
they weren't
wrote
even
back.
supposed to take off the thing. They were only supposed to take off the old tag. Because the difference between a group and a tag, or one of the differences, is that The groups, you choose from a drop-down menu. You can't add your own group. You have to choose one of the groups that are there. And you want to choose your office, whatever office you are in, and whether the person's a buyer, a renter, a seller, interested in property management. So there'll be 2 parts to every group. Or if you somehow just get a marketer or something, you can put it under other. Anything but default. But you can't do your own. Tags, on the other hand, are different in that you can type in there any tag you want, and it will hold it.
You have to hit that check box.
You have to make it blue. You have to go into the blue and hit the check box. I'll show you in 1 second. So the tags, I was thinking about trying to control the tags by using just that tag list, but then after thinking about it, I realized anybody can type in any tag they want, and so it's not going to be helpful to wipe those all out because it's just going to get like that again. So if we go to there, if y'all will use these, then when the broker manager comes and they they click in sold, then they can see every lead that is in their, well, actually they're going to see every lead that's in the office that says sold, and that is going to help you. Again, it's not going to happen this month, it's not going to happen next month, because it is a statistical, you have to have a large enough statistical population in order to make that fair, because 1 week certainly would not be fair. I mean, 1 week you may get all the dogs, and then 1 week or 3 weeks later you might get 2 gray ones. I mean, it's just the way it is. Okay, so if we go back to, I'll log in and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the tags and with the grouping thing, and then I'll let
Lisa?
Yeah?
I apologize. I am leaving the lobby to closing from the lead list that I thought was gone.
We're going to closing?
Tomorrow, we gotta get the funds wires, they're closing from New York.
Awesome! Are you power of attorney?
No, they've got all the paperwork there,
Good.
Lisa's got it taken care of.
Good. You can be power of attorney, but that always makes me very nervous to be power of attorney and the real estate agent.
So, and it was from the lead list, so. just
Yeah,
register
that's
yourself.
awesome. That is so good. I'm so glad. My dad, anybody can leave anytime. Y'all don't have to bring home. But Dad was just so excited about the results that we're getting from it. He's like, everybody needs to be doing this. And I said, no, Dad. I said, just let these guys that have been working so hard with this, let them do it, and the other ones that want to work hard with it, they can do that too. Okay, so y'all will not see all of that if you are Tommy. But y'all will, is that how you Diane Carolyn? What? Yeah, I just called you Donna. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Hello. Hi, Carolyn. I guess because I was thinking
I
Donna.
think I need to change my name in here. There's too many Carolyns.
Well, no, I'll explain that another
And
time.
then,
I have a weird thing about Nancy and Kathy and Donna and Nancy. Okay, so what you're going to see when you get in there is you will see only your leads, and this should be everybody's, but you're going to see only your leads. So, the first thing I was telling you about is that you can do them by, you don't have to do them each independently. So if you have a whole bunch of them, which I don't see a lot right together. Oh, okay, here we go. Well, here's one right here, Carolyn Saslow, and she did good. She marked that one. Oh, she marked 2 of them rendered, but then she got tired. So I'm going to help her out.
Well, how does she get 3, 4 in a row, 5 in a row?
No, because, all right, it's the same person. See, that's what I'm saying. It's the same person.
well, each time we gotta hit every one of them.
Well, but, no. It's easy.
Yeah.
If you have to go into every single one of these and do that, it's a pain in the butt.
Right.
It's too much to do. Don't do that. So what we do is you can go into one, you see what their deal is, okay? Then, when you figure out what their deal is,
Check them.
check the boxes. This is the one I think I was talking about.
But
It's
you
like
see what I'm
seven-
saying?
Well, hold on.
July 9th, I mean.
Well, because when Morgan Johnson,
Oh, I see it.
if
Well,
she
it's a
signed in the very first time in June of 2012, and it was assigned to Carolyn Salzalo, when she comes back in July of 2014, it's going to go directly to Carolyn. It's not going to go in the lottery pool. The only difference with that is if you've left the company, or then you won't get that. It'll go back in the listing pool or the lottery pool. Or if you are just basically not, I can tell you don't even look or know what the leads are.
So Morgan Johnson kept logging in 12/24, 12/27.
Yeah, see, 12/16, 12/15.
Oh my
No, now
God.
what she's doing, she's not logging in and she's not registering, or he. What they're doing is they are doing listing appointments or showing request appointments. So they're asking to see all these different houses or asking questions about all these different houses, and when they do that, it comes in each different one. Oh, she did this one out here. Okay, so that's a whole ton of them. And I don't blame Carolyn for not doing all of them. So, you click all of those, come up here, and that says default, right? But we're going to move it to Mount Pleasant Renter is what she said, rental. And then you click this, and you say okay, and then bam. I don't see defaults anymore. I hope. Oh, sorry, did it too fast.
Susan was telling me, like, if you have a
See,
renter,
now,
if you have a
it's
renter
not default on there.
from Somerville, you just put Mount Pleasant renter,
Rental.
That's where you.
That's the
That's
only,
where you work.
sometimes they use rental,
I
yes,
get that.
your office,
just always
and
Mount.
then what, yes, because Mount Pleasant wants to know how many leads they're
Okay.
getting in their office. They don't care where they
Is
live.
that clock dead, I think?
I don't know.
Well, I have to go.
Go.
Is there
It's
anything else?
10:54.
Is there anything new else?
One other thing, little thing, oh, well, I already told you about the tax, so no. Try to start putting at least just the
I
sold
have
in
to,
there.
sort of, I was taken off the list. I've tagged, I've Googled it, I've Twittered, I've
No,
opened
you know what though, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, I know.
And you're here, and it's good.
Why I was taken off the list, I don't know.
Well, the
Because I've done
only reason,
everything on that list.
only reason you would have taken off the list is if you did not have something grouped in a category, something grouped as default. That's the only reason.
You looked at it, you saw there was nothing wrong.
But you must have gone in and, well, I made, well, you know what, I'm human. I might have made a mistake. That is possible. I don't do it very often.
Well, I don't go in that often, which I should, but I probably should.
You need to go in it every day,
Email
and
it,
you know
yeah.
why?
And I should email you. if I
Sometimes
see
you don't
that.
get it in your email, what happens to
Exactly,
me,
and
and I
that's-
started logging in.
Yeah.
That's exactly why, another reason why I did it this way. Because sometimes the email from the system just gets lost.
Right.
And so if you don't look in log in, you won't even know you have it. And so,
I think that's the
then,
big thing, is getting the procedures done, you know, like what we do every morning. That's my biggest thing, is getting, and I think that's for anybody, that's important.
I would log in more than once. I would log in a couple times a day.
Yeah.
I mean, well, maybe twice a day. As the leads increase, and as I can get past getting this all established and this running smoothly, then I can concentrate more on building more leads, which I've got some really good ideas, but I want to get this down first. So, so you know how to group them all fast, and then I was going to show you the difference between tagging and renting, which I'll just go in here. I mean, tagging and grouping, sorry. I look at something and it just comes out of my mouth. Okay, so this person already put it in its group. Group is a drop down, and so you have to select it with the blue, and you have to touch it. And then you also have to check that box, or it's not going to hold it. It's sort of, that check mark is like save in this system. It's called Bootstrap. It's the new thing with the code that they're doing. Tags are different in that you can type your own tag. So even though it's giving you a list of suggested tags here, you can type in there, this person is crazy. Okay, now, you can do that, and then if you put this in the blue, and then you do the check mark, it saves it, and that is now a tag in the list.
Click the blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I don't click the blue, then it won't hold it.
I kind of find that to be a negative.
Well, okay, I thought it was, and that's why I was trying to get it to that tag list that I suggested.
Right.
But I've rethought it in that if the managers have that suggested tag list, and that's what they're gonna look at, then y'all go to town. If you wanna tag it, anything you wanna tag it, if you wanna tag it, this lady's crazy, you can go and look at your own tags, and that might be helpful to you. So if you wanna put crazy people, then when you go up to your list, let me go back. If you go up here to your list, and at the very top, look at lead tags, you'll see a list that all of your leads, all the tags that are on your leads. So if you've got a bunch of things tag crazy person, you can do that and pull up all their crazy people things.
That's a good, I didn't know the lead tags were good, that's great.
But I'm trying not to introduce too much at one time. I know I always do. But I think that's probably enough for today, unless, y'all can ask me questions, but let me turn off this thing. And, well, y'all can ask me, let me just turn this off. Thank you for everybody.